hockey leaguer in town to call the Leaf Pen game on Amazon. In terms of the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Did you want to talk about camp before we get to that, or?
Yes, I do. Okay, before we get into Pittsburgh, and we will with Jody Shelley, David Kampf has left the Toronto Maple Leafs. I didn't watch Saturday night. I was doing something else. Did Elliott speak of Kampf on headlines?
Yeah, he did. He spoke of him on headlines. There's a tweet, like a radio quote of someone talking about how the Leafs were still shopping Kampf and Robertson or something to that effect. And I retweeted it and basically said, I just don't understand the Kampf thing. You know, this guy is an NHL center, good face-off man, PK. I think he's a hockey player. And then it was made clear from Elliott that Kampf has left the team.
And they've suspended him without pay.
Yeah. Well, I think that's voluntary in his case. I think he left.
I mean, he did, but I think he's on notice that he's being suspended without pay.
Yeah.
And that makes no sense to me for a guy that's making $2.5 million and $2.5 million next year.
Yeah.
Now the Leafs aren't paying him, and I suppose the next move on his part is to have his contract terminated.
That's the talk, is that he is considering
giving up $4 million.
Yeah, it's 2.4 this year and next. He's considering walking away from that. So
you assume that he's got a little bit of money off this year, and then there's signing bonuses too. I'm sure that's involved in his last deal.
Sure.
The Leafs could ask for some of that back. It's like crazy.
So
why would you do that?
Well, here's I think a very important question. If you think that being in the American Hockey League at age, 31 or something like that, for the next 2 years, voids your chances of getting NHL contracts after that.
He's not staying there for 2 years.
You think if he just,
I agree with you. He's a serviceable player.
Yeah.
There's going to be a trade between now, March, off-season, draft, free agency, July 1st. There's going to be a window where the Leafs are going to do something, and the team may say, take 50% of a contract, and they're like, no, we'll give you Kampf. Like, there's going to be opportunities for him.
Yeah.
Don't give up the cash, buddy.
Yeah. I think part of what happened here with Kampf and them was a misunderstanding, miscommunication, or just straight up not telling the guy.
Terminated.
I think he thought that he was getting called back up and not that he was getting
Which is fine. He's not. Okay, but you're going to give up $3.5 million to be terminated on the chance that another team signs you for $950.
Yeah.
You ain't getting 2.5. You ain't getting 2. You're not even getting 1.5.
He must be really mad.
Yeah. I do think that he thought it was like they're going to move some people, whether
they tried.
Clark or Robertson, and then he'd be back and everything would be hunky-dory again. And then I think
it's not out there.
He was getting increasingly upset.
So you stay patient and you wait. And we thought with Scott Laughton hurt that he would have been called up. They chose not to. But a couple of injuries, and maybe you would have found yourself back up.
Mm-hmm.
Don't know. But I don't get this.
I got to tell you.
Take your net and go home.
I'm inclined to agree with you here that there's nothing to be gained from picking up your stuff and leaving. Whether, whatever you think happened, this is just kind of play well enough and they'd keep you. If you were so good, they wouldn't let you go, right? So play a little better, hang around.
I do think, though, he's gotten a pretty raw deal.
Some bad luck with the roster situation, the salary cap situation.
Suck it up. We all had raw deals at some point from teams. Suck it up.
I don't.
Yeah, but he's not.
Right.
But the thing is, it's like, to your point of play better, he's never going to go out there and start firing him under the bar.
No.
He has a pretty boring style of play that, if the coach
I have a very particular set of skills.
It's like
he's a natural centerman.
Too particular.
He's a natural centerman, and he can kill penalties.
Yeah.
There's 32
but you know
teams. There's got to be somebody that's going to
Vancouver couldn't use him. They're hanging on by a thread.
I know. But you know what he doesn't have, and Berube, I think, really requires is a pulse. That competitive punch guy in the face, frustration. I think Berube just said we don't.
Did you watch their first 10 games? there's a few guys that we're
No
wondering
pulse.
about a pulse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think the coach has not enjoyed that.
Before we move on, Real Kipper and Bourne are playing in the Eric Lindros Celebrity Classic in support of Easter Seals Ontario. Nick and Justin, along with other sports personalities, will be taking to the ice to raise money for this great cause. You can support our team by fundraising by scanning this QR code on your screen right now if you're watching on Sportsnet Plus, Sportsnet YouTube. Kipper said that we're in last.
Yeah.
He's one of the most competitive people I've ever met in my life.
I don't like being in the bottom of a.
And
Not great.
No, it's not good.
so he's going to come out.
Anything
He's going
will
to come
help.
out and fight our listeners. So
$1 would help.
yeah.
And
So-
honestly, the cause is
Fantastic.
amazing. This is
Yes.
fantastic event. Get your tax receipt.
Yeah, just donate to us.
Yeah.
And I haven't played hockey. The Blue Jays, I haven't played hockey in 3 weeks. So,
Oh yeah, you're actually for once you're out of.
I'm out of shape. I'm going Thursday morning to my usual
Hey,
10:01 to get warmed up. But
your
we saw-
be worse the next day for it.
We saw Ernie Clement's hockey go viral,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
High school hockey
Yeah.
days go viral.
Yeah.
Like maybe we'll get him on the team by Friday.
yeah, I don't think so.
He's-
He's Cancuned up for sure.
No.
God,
He's ready to
hit
give
it right
more.
to the track there.
Andy Paez, I'll never forgive you.
That
Yeah.
guy can't hit a baseball. But he
No,
sure
but
did
boy,
catch
can
that
he
one.
range.
Game time.
Yeah, let's do game time. It's game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. Must be 19 plus. Ontario only. Please play responsibly. So now that I'm not going to talk about the Blue Jays anymore, I got to talk about hockey now. The Leafs tonight. I forget what the numbers are for Sidney Crosby against the Leafs, but it is complete and utter ownership.
Yeah.
As most stars who were really good during the 2010s, they really lit up some crappy Leafs teams. So a lot of them have a lot of good success, but particularly Sid. Give me a Sidney Crosby anytime goal tonight at plus 160. He's leading their team in goals right. He's red hot. He loves to play against the Leafs. So give me a Sid goal tonight for sure. And the Leafs are pretty big favorites tonight. What do you think the line is for the Leafs tonight?
They should be plus 160.
Who, the Leafs? Like they should be the underdog?
Oh, sorry, minus 160.
They are minus 185 tonight on home ice against the Pittsburgh Penguins, plus 155 on the other side of the money line. Edmonton in St. Louis to take on the Blues. They're minus 130 favorites. Vancouver in Nashville taking on the Predators, plus 100. And Seattle taking on the Blackhawks at home, plus 130 on the money line for the Blackhawks, minus 155 for the Seattle Kraken. So there you go. That was game time presented by Bet365. Visit the app for latest odds and see why it's never ordinary. Bet365, but 19 plus, Ontario only. Please play responsibly.
This is a big game for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
I actually agree with
Oh, no, I'm telling you right now, with now the Blue Jays done, people are going to just jump right in. They've given themselves a little bit of wiggle room Saturday night to follow it up with another good game, convincing game that they're heading in the right direction. A loss puts them right back where they were before the Philly game.
And let's talk about all that next with Jody Shelley.
You heard the man.
Bye-bye.
As a reminder, this hour of Real Kipper and Bourne brought to you by Bet365. Nick Kypreos, Justin Bourne, Sammy McKee. Closing out right into tonight's action. 4 games, guys. Sammy?
4 games on tap, I believe. Pittsburgh, Toronto, Edmonton, St. Louis, Vancouver, Nashville, and Chicago and Seattle.
Our next guest will focus on the Toronto Maple Leafs and the Pittsburgh Penguins, covering tonight for Amazon. Let's welcome in Jody Shelley. Hey, buddy. Okay.
Hi, guys.
You are forbidden to talk baseball because all our hockey fans have, I think, left the last 3 weeks.
I don't want to talk baseball. It's just, let's move on.
Okay, so let's move on to, if, unlikely scenarios like we saw on the weekend continue, then Pittsburgh will make the playoffs this year. Like, what is going on here? Jody, we had them destined as a team that was going to be in the sweepstakes for a top young player to take over for Sidney Crosby. in this McKenna, and it's not happening. Why?
You know what? I think they found a little bit what Washington found a couple of years ago around Ovechkin, where they put some youth, some speed, a new voice in Dan Muse, and they're having a lot of fun. I was in the locker room today. I mean, that Kindle kid, he didn't have on his bingo card to make the Pittsburgh Penguins this year. And he's looking around the room. He's got Crosby, Malkin, Letang, and he's a part of the power play with these guys. And he's just brought this great youthful enthusiasm into that locker room. And they've got a really interesting group of superstar players who've been around a long time that have now been rejuvenated by the combination of the voice of Dan Muse, his preparation. He includes them in some of the preparation. And when you have young guys make the team and impact the way they have, and key ingredients on lines, that rust is important to Crosby, and Malkin has found a couple big boys with him, and Mantha and Brazeau, who I don't think is playing tonight. But I can say whatever I want, Kipper. It's goaltending. It's the goaltending is shored up a little bit. You look at any team around the league, you can plan and do whatever you want. If you don't have a goaltender that's helping you stay in games and helping you steal games, or at least keeping you where you want to be throughout the game to execute your game plan, then you can do whatever you want. And they're playing well in front of them, but Jari has rejuvenated himself, and Shilos has been a bright spot. So it's no one saw it coming, but I think a couple of years ago we were wondering about the Capitals the same way, and they turned themselves into more of a team game, and it's been buy-in from everyone.
So do you think it's an aberration? Like, do we think that, okay, they got great saves early on and everything's going right? Maybe Malkin falls off, the goaltending changes. Do you think they're going to be there at the end of the year?
I think if they stay healthy, they can.
Really?
I think they have enough pieces and enough skill. I mean, you look at Erik Karlsson. He went there and he was a terrible fit. We all were sitting back waiting to see that power play just be a highlight reel every single night, and it just didn't work. And now he's kind of found his simple game. I think if they can stay healthy, I think they can have an impact. Those players like Crosby, and again, talking to Kindle, and just him being around anybody that's around Sidney Crosby, whether it's for 2 minutes, 2 days, 2 hours, I don't care. There is an impact of how hard he prepares and what the expectations are. And I think that is something that's a luxury in itself. So I would not count them out if they can stay healthy.
You're watching and listening to Jody Shelley, former National Hockey Leaguer, analyst for Prime Amazon, covering the Toronto Maple Leafs, Pittsburgh Penguins tonight, nationally. Nationally.
Yeah.
Jody, Malkin was supposed to be this guy that was like 1 foot into retirement based on last season. And he's put himself in a position now to be a key contributor here to their start. And I mean, how surprised are you so far out of it? And whether or not this guy's got any more jam to continue after this season, or is this still a feeling like he's done one way or another, like a Kopitar?
I don't sense that being around him today and watching him play hockey. Malkin's a player that likes to get the puck with speed so he can pick through players. And I think there was a lot of times where he would arrive in the last couple of years and not have that chemistry with whoever he was playing with. And then they got in a situation where they were forcing plays, but now it looks like he's just playing hockey. He's reading off his line mates. He understands their size. Mantha has good enough hands to get him the puck at certain times. You watch him, if he's moving and gets the puck, you can't stop him because he's got the range, he's got the base with his legs, he's got the skill to make the move, he makes the quick play. And the way those three are playing, plus the defense involved, I just see him playing hockey. So when I see a player like that, with that kind of pedigree, he's healthy, and being able to play the game the way he wants to, I don't know why you would ever stop. I think that there's a kind of a refreshment in Malkin's game, and he needs the line mates around him, and I think that's why we're seeing this. I don't know if he's going to retire, but here we are a dozen games into the season, and we're talking about Malkin and Crosby leading their team and leading the way, and this team being one of the tops in the National Hockey League. It's great for them. but it's even more exciting in that locker room. I really am impressed and got a really good sense of just kind of the spirit of what they have going on right now. And I mean, when you see an athlete at that stage in their career having that much